Hello and welcome back to a new review for Made in Abyss, episode number 10. Oh boy, what the hell happened in this episode? I don't know. To be honest, this episode, it was thrilling. I was on the edge of my seat. Well, pretty much since that thing appeared. And also, for the rest of the episode, it was keeping me thrilled. I couldn't look away, even though there were some disgusting scenes like, well, let's wrap it up with the words the Abyss. It's a terrifying place. On one side it looks beautiful as hell, looks eerie, the scenery is incredible, but yeah, like a beautiful, both there are thorns. Well, these thorns in the case of the Abyss may be the curse and also the beasts that are living down there. And I think one of the strongest parts of this episode was, well, the voice acting. And yeah, I tip my hat because that voice acting of Riko, that was incredible. Not only was it incredible, it was terrifying. It was seriously the amount of emotions that was, man, I'm amazed. It's really so hard to talk about the voice acting of this episode, because not only was it kinda the big attention grabber, but everything else on the screen was on the same level. But I think for me the voice acting nailed it. And if the voice acting would be a bit weaker, not that powerful, I think it would be a little bit harder to get what was actually happening. And not just like, oh yeah, well, okay. But yeah, apparently a trainings montage by White Whistle, it's not even close to be somewhat more or less enough than for, well, surviving the hell of the Abyss. So we got to the fourth layer, and they were walking through the kinda wet places, and there was a lot of steam coming from the water, and there was something that appeared seemingly out of nothing. It was a beast. It was hit by the fog, and Rick didn't notice it until it was too late. And while he tried to fight it, Riko stopped him because that beast is way too powerful. Basically everything can pierce and shatter metal, which we saw. And the beast as well as, I'm not even sure if you can call it intuition, because it was almost like reading the thoughts or the intentions, and this really makes up for a terrifying enemy. I would not like to fight it. Yeah, I wouldn't not like to do it. And I think that what really set this up was what actually happened. So they lost the explosive mining pick, and Riko handed Rek a metal umbrella, kinda to defend from the... I'm not even sure if it was kinda like skeletons or some form of hairs, I don't even know, but it was poisonous and it shattered the umbrella, or it pierced through it, and then it destroyed it just like this. The bad thing is that, well, or at least the good thing is Rek was safe. Apparently Riko was not that fortunate. Her hand was impaled by one of those things, and she really started to panic because it's poisonous and all the stuff like this. And it's not only that there was this, so there was Riko in danger because she was injured by that beast, but also the fact that the beast was still around. So there were two options. Rek was using his incinerator, but, well, what could he do when he passes out? Riko would be in real trouble, just like this. The second option, running away, which is a good idea. Sadly, how will you escape from a beast that is really fast and can, for argument's sake, I'm going with reading the intentions. How will you try to run away from it? It can follow you. But there's one way they can escape. But it's not a really safe idea as well, because the only way they could escape was going up. And there was the curse going on, and we already saw a bit of the curse of the third layer in last week's episode, but this week's episode we saw the curse from layer number 4, and that was hard. Seeing Riko like this, flowing blood out all over her body, her eyes, near ears, mouth, nose. But if it only would be this, it would be, well, safe. But apparently she's still poisoned. And Rek's reaction was using a rope to kind of stop the blood flow, but there is something happening. The hand was swelling and swelling, and it became a dark violet tone and color, and he couldn't even get off the cloth because it was that swollen. And Riko, in her... well, she was seeing things. She was seeing weird things. The hallucinations were real. And she had a high fever, and while she kinda tried to stay conscious, she said that the only way to do it is to get rid of that hand because of the poison. And there was the thing with, yeah, but cutting the arm off, it's hard, so break the bone first, which Rek did, and then he started to cut, only to be interrupted by a new character, Nanaji. And she's apparently what the cave raiders call a hollow. No need for the bleach cast to show up. Stay out of here. And she was commenting on it that, well, that's bad. But she knows a way to save it, to save Riko. And, well, she stopped breathing at one point, so she made Drake, well, putting a good breath into her. So we had this scene, but it's not one of those scenes you see in kind of the fan servicey rom-coms or stuff like this, where they're making a huge deal out of it, but the simple fact that Nanachi said that Reg should do this, and then he instantly did it. Without a second thought, he did it. And not only did he that, but Nanachi was giving him, well, advice how he should do it, closing her nose, or pinching her nose close, and kinda rising up the chin to open the airway, which, well, I learned as well, and it was the right thing to do. And the thing is, he did it, and then Reg was happy that she started to breathe again. She shut it down with, well, it's way too early to relax. Because, well, there's the issue with the hand, and because the hand is broke, or the arm is broken, he had to stabilize it with some wood sticks and stuff like this, and a rope. Apparently, Nanachi has something she or he can do to save it. And I'm really curious to see how they are going to do it. And also what Nanachi actually is, because it can speak the human language. And there were a shit ton of whistles and the cave raider equipment. And since I haven't read the manga yet, so my guess would be, well, either it's something that is down there with a high level of intelligence that is kinda picking that stuff up from the dead cave raiders, or there was this thing with the different curses that losing the humanity, if you go down and then go up again, and when the curse starts to take shape, and also with the things with Ozan. To be honest, I would not even be surprised if Nanachi turns out to be, well, a former human, a cave raider that went down there, changed, the entire body changed because of the curse and the long time spent at the deeper parts of the abyss. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by it, and I think it would be kinda cool, to be honest. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what they are going to do with it in the next episode. And yeah, it was a fantastic episode, and I can't wait for the next one. And now it's time to get some sleep, because I have to get up early tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for watching, have a good night. Hope I will see you guys tomorrow or next time as well. Bye bye!